Testing, bitches. Testing. Nope, just kidding.
Are you pressing, did you press record on here too?
I did, yeah.
Perfect. Yo, thanks for tuning in to Raw Babes 101. We about to get this shit started, bitches. Just kidding, we love you. So, this is the cool thing about this whole thing. We've decided to launch a YouTube channel so you can see us and our craziness. As you all know, Tiffany and I are fucking crazy sometimes. Like, our IGTVs, we get these wicked ideas in our head, and we're just like...
We literally feed off each other. I think the last one that we made, people that watched it were like, that was different.
Yeah.
But making it, we laughed so hard, we coughed. We coughed for like an hour.
Our throats were cleared. Our throat chakras were so dang cleared that we literally just opened it up to the next level. And I have to say, you can't pay money enough. You couldn't pay enough money to get a laugh like we have. And you guys, it's so therapeutic.
It's a silly child laugh when someone's laughing and then you feed off that person's laugh and then they're laughing because you're laughing and then you're laughing because they're laughing. And it's just
contagious. It's contagious.
Mayhem.
So we want to also encourage everybody to just be silly and laugh. Like, call up your freaking buddy who's just the one that's going to make you laugh, or be silly and be silly. We need to be fucking silly.
It's pretty therapeutic.
Tiffany and I like literally look at each other and we're just like, I can't. I can't. We're like, blah. Anyway.
We just have a stare that couldn't be like. Christina has the same stare too.
Yeah.
She
knows. She can pick up what we're dropping.
We're
dropping down. We miss Christina, by the way.
Yeah.
As you guys all know, she is taking some time. We love her. We are just trying to send so much love and energy and support and messages and things that she can utilize at this time just to give her any sort of love and peace of mind for this time that she's grieving and what she's going through. So we miss
love you,
her.
girl.
We love you.
So our topic today.
Why don't we tell everybody how we even came up with this topic?
Well, that's basically what I was going to get at. So you had a friend. Okay, we kind of put it out there actually.
Tiffany
We're always looking for like what people want to hear, obviously. I mean, we don't know all. We know a lot.
And sometimes we get
Just
stumped.
kidding.
Sometimes we get stumped.
Don't know shit sometimes. But do you want to introduce your friend?
So I actually don't have permission to say who it is yet.
Oh, okay.
So I can ask her if it's okay, and I'll tell you guys who it is.
Maybe we'll start tagging, and then you'll see. I don't know.
Exactly. I'll get permission first because obviously this could be going out to millions. Okay. So this is what our topic is. So Tiffany actually asked all of you amazing listeners, now viewers, what would be some good topics to talk about. And we are asking you. And so one of my friends that I've known for a little while, she responded and she was like, hey, could you shine some light on setting boundaries in relationships and how that improves them and not hinders them? And then also with red flags and boundaries for everybody, not just relationships and people you're intimate with, but family and friends. So then Tiffany and I were like, ooh.
We'll talk about that.
We can talk about that. So thank you for giving us this topic, FYI.
Yes.
So basically...
I hate that I have to hold this here. But
yeah, we're going to work...
so much better.
Yeah, it's like so close in your ear. You can hear us.
AMSR.
Yeah, what is AMSR?
When you're talking so quietly and you just hear the crackle of your spit. Blood walking back and forth.
Okay, so we are strange, but that's why you love us, because we're just authentic in who we are. Okay, so when Tiffany and I were thinking about about boundaries. Okay, so a boundary is basically something that you set for yourself so that you're honoring your own needs. And I can tell you about approximately 80% to 90% of people are allowing their boundaries to be crossed all the fucking time. Ourselves included. And this is something
we're always
working
getting
on.
tested. We're always getting tested. We're always changing and evolving, and our boundaries will always change too. So it's just important to listen.
Yeah, listen. So,
Linda, listen.
Okay, so basically, this is something that came to my mind when we were talking about boundaries. This is a good example. So, in a relationship, pretend that Tiffany has made plans with me. Okay? So, we have these plans set. And this is a perfect boundary that you need to honor. So, Tiffany goes, Kristen, on December 21st, it's my birthday, and I'd like to do this with you, and we're going to have lunch together. Let's just throw that out there. I'm game. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm down. I wouldn't miss it. I love you. See you there. Then Tiffany, on that day or the day before, her husband says, hey, babe, I've planned this for you, and this is what we're going to do for your birthday, and I've got this whole special thing, spa date set up, whatever. So the boundary that Tiffany would need to set, actually, this is a good question to ask everybody that's listening. What would you do in that situation? Are you going to honor the plans that you've already made with your friend? Or are you going to cancel on that friend and go with what your relationship, your husband, your partner, your boyfriend just proposed? And even if it may sound better, what are you going to do? So
I feel like the way you asked it, if I said I'd make plans with my husband, you'd give me shit.
Okay, so no, this is perfect. This is what I want to talk about. Yes, but listen.
Don't say the wrong answer.
So here you go. By canceling the plans with your friends is showing your husband or partner that what your plans had been set out already before don't matter. That is a boundary. If you are not honoring the plan and the system that was already set with your friend, and you're canceling it to do something that your partner just automatically comes up with, he will not honor you in that sense of what your situation or your plans are. That is a very, very important boundary.
Very important boundary.
Because it's teaching your partner that you are just as important and that you have set these plans and this date ahead of time. So that's also honoring your partner to go, well, I should check in with my wife or my husband to see if they have anything planned and honor their time. What do you think?
I think that sounds amazing.
Right?
Yes.
And I'll tell you guys, I used to do it. I was in a relationship for 17, 18 years. And what I used to do all the time, I would never honor myself, because I was like, oh, he just thought of this plan or this awesome thing that sounds amazing and like so much more fun than what was originally set out. But what I didn't realize that I was doing, not only hurting the person that I had these plans with, but I'm also not honoring myself. So when we just keep handing ourselves away and just going, oh yeah, of course, like I'm just going to do that, you're not setting up boundaries for yourself, and you're not setting up and even self-respect for yourself. So that was a good point.
That was a very good point.
Oh,
like, woo!
Yeah.
That just like came out.
Yeah.
Like fire.
That was like some deep shit. But hey, this is on the other foot. I'm so grateful for these opportunities, because I can now reflect on them and go, this is what I'm changing, and this is what I'm doing differently that I can implement in my day-to-day life with Tiffany and with Raw Babes and even with my son or with my family and my friends. So another thing, huge boundary, guys. when you keep saying yes to people and you are biting off more than you can chew and you are not honoring yourself and your own system, you're going, yes, I can do that. And then what you're doing is you're depleting yourself and you're like, shit, I didn't go to the gym again. Shit, I missed my meditation because I said that I would help that person. Shit, I've just committed to too many things. The next thing you know, you're depleted, you've given your energy out to everybody else, and you have nothing left. So that's another healthy boundary, saying no. And when you say yes, but you really mean no, you are chipping away at your soul. Like your soul is being chipped away. Tiffany, chip, 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 chip. So please say no. Please say no. Don't let that boundary be crossed. It's not going to help you.
Now, we have talked about being, because there's different reasons why people become yes man, yes woman. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about this previously on one of our episodes of our earlier ones that we posted.
Right.
But there's reasons why people should say yes, and that's to get them out of their comfort zone so they can have new experiences. But then this one we're talking about, don't say yes to everything when you feel that you're being compromised within your self-care regime or whatever else that you've had previously committed to. So
100%.
I just had this conversation with my son last night.
Okay, tell us.
And I totally did his cards last night, and this was one of them, and this was actually this was a solution to his problem.
And do you remember what your card deck? Tiffany just got her very own first set of tarot cards.
I did, and they're amazing. I love them.
Yeah, you're so connected to them.
Yes, so connected. But so one of his solutions was the fact that he is overextending himself, and he can't say yes to everything because then there's other things that are suffering, and he needs to honor those first. So really exactly what you just said.
Perfect.
Yeah, and he was just totally resonated with that. So if my 15-year-old can resonate with that, you all better. You better resonate. You better resonate with that.
You will resonate with that because we all do it. Mm-hmm. We do it to our kids.
Mm-hmm.
Setting a boundary. Setting a boundary with your child or your kids is going to show them and leading by example to honor themselves and not to. What happens is, that was crazy. Our light just, hello, spirit.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It's okay.
This is great. I'm gonna just try and plug it in. Yeah, this is awesome. We just had
a regular thing.
Oh, there we go. Lights back on. Okay. Got to get back on track. Okay, so kids, honoring your own needs first is going to teach your children to do what? Honor their own needs first. Because in life, we're all operating on a system of passing things down. Relationship-wise, we pass shit on to our kids. Emotional problems, traumas, we can pass on to our kids. So let's pass on some positive things to our kids.
Yes.
Let's pass on communication.
Yeah, all those things.
Yes.
Can you pull up?
Yes, that thing.
Can you pull up that thing? Because it was just...
It was like bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang,
bang. On so many topics.
And we made it so that we just didn't have to write the stuff down because it's just right there. So we can just talk about it. So you guys don't know this, but I'm going to do a little dance party while she's doing it.
Yes. Oh, speaking of dance, if any of you guys have seen, I've been doing some dancing IGTVs.
And really putting it out there.
I am literally loving it. I used to dance when I was a freaking kid, and I was so afraid to just put a video out there, and I did, and I feel so good. I said to Tiffany, I'm like, I feel like me again. I feel happy and on fire, and I'm just like, I don't really care. I'm just like, let's just do it, and it feels so nice.
No fucks given, or
I don't even know that book.
Oh shoot! Why did I say that? Dang it. Okay, well, it's
okay.
All right.
No. So zero fucks given?
No, it's a book, and I'm saying it wrong, and I'm totally botching it. So I apologize.
That's okay.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll get it after.
So basically, what we pulled up was what healthy boundaries look like, And basically, physical boundaries. So a physical boundaries might sound like this. I'm really tired. I need to sit down. I'm not a big hugger. I'm a handshake person. I need to eat. I'm going to go grab something. So basically, that's a physical boundary. Don't go into my room without asking first. That's a boundary. Now, if somebody isn't respecting that boundary that you're setting, what are you supposed to do? So Tiffany, a question to you is, if somebody,
It's even on here too.
yeah, sure. If somebody in your family, let's say, isn't respecting one of your boundaries, so you're doing a meditation, or you'd like to go and do a meditation, and you're not getting that space, or you're like, hey, I'm just on the phone, or hey, I'm just recording something, and that boundary is not being respected, is there anything that you have done that helps with that?
It's just basically coming down to like, you're going to have to excuse me for a minute. I will get back to you.
Yes.
I just can't imagine someone not
Respecting it?
Yeah, but you know what? I think in the time, I will always give someone the space if they feel like they need to say something. I'm not going to, if that person is not respecting the space that I'm trying to say, I got to do something. And maybe it's not about, maybe it's not about a lack of respect. It's more about, that's how important it is to that person. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so important. Their needs need to be met. And I have a big thing with ignoring those needs of people, because people hide behind closed doors a lot in their sadness. And when someone's actually coming out, being vulnerable, asking, to vent, or they just really need help, I don't like the thought of them sitting alone with those thoughts.
Right.
So, but I will say, Kate, I just want you to know, like, this is what I'm doing. And if I don't feel like it's is important, I know that this person's going to be okay.
Right.
I'm going to say, you're going to have to respect the fact.
I keep going out. This is amazing. Then you're going to have to respect your wishes.
Yeah.
So communication is probably something that you do more to.
Definitely. But I do think the important thing is just not to be angry at that, like what has happened. I think like if going forward, hanging on to something because somebody didn't respect your space and didn't say anything, because it really is like what happens between A and B. So if you've made that step already and you've given your boundary,
right,
make sure you let that go.
Yeah.
As soon as you create that boundary, don't hang on to it.
Right. Don't hang on to
Don't hang on to it.
Or the fact that you're pissed off because they're not respecting you. Okay.
It just doesn't serve you any. It really serves you more if you just stand in your power, let that go, so you can focus on the more important thing. The reason why that you set that boundary.
Exactly.
So maybe focus on that.
And what you're trying to actually accomplish.
Right.
So a physical boundary violates feeling like receiving inappropriate or unwanted touch, being denied your physical needs, told to keep walking when you're tired, or that you need to wait to eat or drink, or having someone come into your personal space in a way that is uncomfortable. Entering your room without permission, for example. This can vary on a spectrum from mild to severe. The most severe violations result in serious physical abuse or neglect. And this is something that is really important, and it is heavy. So you need to check in to see how important are these boundaries to you, and if this is literally depleting you. And my number one rule of thumb is to sit with yourself and take your, to journal. Take out your pen and paper and journal this stuff down, because if everything that you say, okay, if this person, let's use an example in a relationship, okay? So if you say to this person, you're in a relationship and you love this person, obviously they love you, done. And your boundary is, okay, so if this person calls me names, okay, they're calling me, they're name calling, I'm talking bitch, stupid, you're not good enough. And it could be once a month, once a week, fucking 5 times a day. I don't care what it is. And if that boundary continually gets crossed, okay, and it keeps going, and you just continually let it slide, you're just continually chipping away pieces at your soul. You're now feeling not good enough. You're now feeling low on yourself, low self-esteem. That's one level, okay? Then another level is going to be if somebody's hitting you. If somebody hits you for the first time. And that was your boundary. So you said to your friends before, I've talked about so many different topics like this, where you say, oh, if my partner ever called me this name or ever put their hands on me, I would leave. And then it happens and you don't leave. That's a boundary. That's more than a boundary. That's now abuse. Okay? Next level is...
But because you've not set your boundaries.
Right. Because you've to yourself or even to the person, you said to them verbally, hey, if you call me this name again, I'm going to leave, and you never leave. Why would that person ever stop? Why would this change any situation? It's not going to change a thing. So the next thing is, okay, I say to Tiffany, and you know, us girls, we freaking talk about this all the time. We're like, oh my God, like if my guy was ever exchanging phone numbers with another girl or cheating on me or blah, 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 I'd be so far out the door. I'd be done. How many of you guys all listening would resonate with that? Okay. Then all of a sudden it happens. And then you're like, oh shit, it happened. My worst fears happened. Now I got to deal with this all internally. Now what? Oh shit, I'm still staying. So that's another level of boundaries being crossed continually. Everything that you said that you wouldn't do, you're doing. So you're not honoring yourself or even putting your foot down in the relationship. And that could go with a mom or a dad or a brother or a sister. If they are not respecting your wishes and you're saying, please stop talking to me like that, or I choose to not bring that up anymore, or I'd like to move past it, and they continually are digging deep and trying, and you're just sitting there allowing it, you're not holding any boundaries for you. You're just depleting your soul, and you're going to feel worse. And then you keep putting yourselves in these positions. It's very healthy to say, I'm going to remove myself. It is very healthy to walk away. There's a certain point in time in anybody's life that you just can't take it any longer. It's not okay. And then there's also a point where you can sit down with that person and address every boundary. Hey, you've crossed this line, this line, this line, this line. I'm here. What are we going to do about it? Because I'm not going to keep going on this way. Do you want to go to counseling? Do you want to go to a relationship? Seek a relationship counselor, or do you want to go to a workshop? And then basically the hands are basically in that other person if they're willing to do that with you, to work through these problems. And if you're the only one working on this problem and the other person is not working on a fucking thing, that's the only thing you can do, is do what's best and what's healthy for you, and that's walk away or remove yourself or give them space. So boundaries for me is everything. It's everything in a relationship, and it's everything for yourself. Because if Tiffany's not honoring herself in what she's saying is like, I'm tired, I need to have a rest, but then everybody else wants her to just keep going, she's just chipping away at her soul. Or if her husband's like, hey babe, just cancel that and do this, deep down inside, she's actually not honoring her truth. So, sorry, I was on a rampage.
You got another one.
I was just rolling with that. What's the next one? Okay, emotional boundaries.
Was that just you only hit the first one?
That's it. That was physical.
Woo!
That was physical.
Oh, so that was, okay, now emotional.
Emotional might sound like Tiff will let you do this one.
So emotional boundaries, when I share my feelings with you and I get criticized, it makes me totally shut down. I can only share with you if you're able to respond to me
respectfully.
Respectfully. I read that a little bit backwards. But yeah, that's a good one.
This is really good too.
I'm sorry you are having such a tough time. Right now, I'm not in a place to take in all this information. Do you think that we can come back to this conversation later?
That one's really good.
That's
because,
a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, because how many times does a friend call you? I've had this happen. And a friend's like, oh my God, like this crazy thing happened to me. Blah, blah, blah. And like, you're literally right in the middle of like your workout, or you're talking to your husband, or you're cooking food, or you're just like in a Zen meditation. And you're just like, I want to help you so bad right now, but I need to respect and honor me.
Yeah.
So then you're like, bye, Felicia. Okay.
I'll call you back, bitches.
Now, Tiffany, has that ever happened? Like, have you...
Lots.
Is there actual moments that you've been able to honor it, to say to the person?
Oh, I just sometimes don't answer. Because and if I don't answer, it's literally because I've put my phone away because I'm trying to honor myself and like what I am doing. Yeah. I do not need any distractions.
Totally.
But if I have seen a message, like I saw one earlier, I responded to it. I said, I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you because I think this is really important. Mm-hmm. I'm just in the middle of something, but I do want to call you back. So I will.
Okay. And I want to also acknowledge Tiffany, because she said to me, she's like, Kristen, 1 sec. Because we were talking about something. And she said, 1 sec, I'm just going to address this text message. But it was awesome. She communicated, she spoke her truth, and she was direct and honest. I feel like this. 9 times out of 10, we make up a situation in our head where we're like, I don't want to hurt that person, blah, blah, blah. But no, just be direct and honest. People honor and respect honesty. Hey, I'm having a shitty day right now. I really want to be there for you, but can we talk about this tonight? Direct and honest is just going to change your life. Just start practicing it.
Now, I have a thing when people just don't respond at all.
Right.
Can we just talk about this for a second?
Tiffany's like, could you at least fucking just give me a gif? Could you just give me a gif saying no?
Hold on.
Okay, I want to hear what you have to say. This is good.
Well, when it comes to, so a lot of times, and I'm so guilty for this too, is just not responding because I read it and I forgot.
Right. Totally.
And I'll own it. I will own that. I am a responder even with a GIF. I will respond. But I think it irks me because I don't do this. But when you don't get a response, but then I read back on my messages, I'm like, well, I guess I didn't really ask for a response. Oh.
Like the way that it's like an open-ended question or
an open-ended conversation, more or less.
That didn't have a response, like didn't need somebody to respond to.
There was non-closures. So if it's not like a direct thing, and it's different when it's sporadic and it's inconsistent, but when you're consistently doing that, I just want you to know, for those non-responders, that it doesn't feel good. And sometimes not saying anything says more than anything. So
totally.
Okay, moving on.
And I think, Tiffany, it doesn't hurt for people that are listening to this. When, like she said, somebody does shoot that message, it's easy to say, can't talk right now, message you later. Because it's actually just, there you go, direct and honest communication. Yeah. Makes that person on the other end be able to understand that. And that goes for relationships. Like, even when you're in a new, fresh relationship and you're dating somebody and you're like messaged and then you're like, oh, okay. Well, then the freaking squirrely monkey brain goes through and you're like, did they get it? Or did I do something? And then that leaves room for you to question. So communicate with your partner or communicate with that person to say, hey, just shoot me can't talk right now. But on the other end of that, also don't be so freaking needy that you're just needing this person's validation. Honor yourself and do something else to keep yourself busy. Don't just
find
wait
fucking
on that
balance,
person.
Okay? Yeah. God, figure it out.
Come on, guys, like figure it out.
Just kidding.
Yeah, totally kidding. That's why we're talking about this, because we want to
exactly.
give everybody some tools for their toolbox. Everybody has a toolbox.
And these are really
in life.
good. This is a very good conversation.
I agree. And thank you so much to my undisclosed friend for this topic, because we have so much information. Like, so many things are just keep coming to me. Okay. Emotional boundary violation includes. So,
read these off real quick because we got.
I know,
I'll
I'll go
so
fast.
much to go through.
So basically, asking questions that are not appropriate for the relationship, reading or going through personal and emotional information. Flip.
Ooh,
that's not cool, guys. Do not read or check other people's shit. That is a boundary. Asking people to justify their feelings, telling other people how they feel. How about that? You go to your partner, you're like, I don't feel good and I'm sad and whatever. And then your partner's like, no, you don't. You're fine. How unjustified do you actually feel? You walk away going like, I was not heard. I was not seen.
Hold on.
Okay, go. Back
it up. So, okay. Sometimes we're going to be in situations where you need to find out the truth. And how are you going to find out the truth if you don't go through the messages? I want to know.
True.
Because sometimes you have that inclination and you're trying to listen to your intuition and you're like, something's not right. And then it's like the only way that you would know is
if you go and look.
Snoopy.
So there's another flip to that. Are you sure you want to know? And are you sure you want to uncover that?
Are you ready for it?
Are you ready for it?
9
times out of 10, when your intuition has told you something's wrong, you're right. Please do not.
That's part of our red flag discussion.
This is part of red flags.
Just saying.
Do not discredit your intuition. It is leading you in the right direction. It is not wrong. I do not care what anybody else says. Your intuition is flaring up for a fucking reason.
Okay.
Time boundaries. I can't come to that event this weekend.
These are healthy boundaries may sound like this.
Yes, these are for time.
Okay. I can't come to the event this weekend. I can only stay for an hour. Do you have time to chat today? I would love to help, but I would be over committing myself. Is there another time? We have family time on Sundays. We won't make it. I'm happy to help with that. My hourly rate is. Now, this is a really good one because like both Kristen and I have worked in salons and entrepreneurs in that way. And looking for clients, that can be a really sticky one for rookies. So if you're new to this, the whole thing when we talk about this stuff is always like self-care first. Make sure you're coming first. Otherwise, you cannot produce an adequate product.
No. In
your services and whatever. So make sure you're first.
Cup.
Yes. So, and I understand money's tight. I get it. But remember, you do need to come first. And if you're stressed about that money's tight, maybe you're not doing enough self-care.
Totally.
Just saying.
Self-care is always first.
Yeah.
You go, oh, well, my son or my husband or this person needs this, or I need to purchase this. You need to look after number one.
So when it comes to like clients and stuff in that sense, if you do not set boundaries with those clients and people that aren't even close to you, they will not respect your time.
Nope.
And they'll always be me first.
And they're going to be hungry for more.
They will be.
They're going to ask you for more.
Exactly.
They're going to ask for you to overextend yourself, and then you're going to be the one depleted.
So this can really play in your real life too. Anybody that you want to set boundaries with, that you need to set boundaries with, they need to know so they can have and deal with you in a very respectful manner, respecting your time, your opinion, and everything 100%. Else that you're putting out there.
I love it.
Right?
And also, I just talked about this, is about your hourly rate. And it's like, if you're always giving a deal, that's a form of being that you're not good enough or worthy enough to be paid in full of what you're asking for and what you're deserving of. You have worked damn hard to get to where you are, the schooling, the practice, the education. You deserve it. Stand in your power, speak your truth, open your throat chakra, and ask for what you deserve, because you absolutely deserve it, and that is a boundary. Sometimes people don't realize how many boundaries they keep pushing with you or with others. Honor yourself and ask for what you deserve. You absolutely deserve to charge
for
that.
all you boundary pushers. You.
Violated time boundaries looks like asking professionals for their time without paying them, demanding time from people, keeping people in conversations or on a task for longer than we told them we would, showing up late or canceling on time because we overcommitted, and contacting people when they said they would be unavailable. So that again, when it goes to your appointments or respecting other people, respect their time and also respect your own time. This one's
okay. Woo!
This one's pretty deep.
Yeah, this one's deep, but we're going to hit it because
we're going to talk about this one.
This is really important.
Sexual boundaries. Healthy sexual boundaries include consent, agreement, respect, understanding of preferences and desires, and privacy.
So, healthy sexual boundaries include asking for consent, discussing and asking for what pleases you, requesting condom if you want it, discussing contraception, saying no to things that you do not like or that hurt you, protecting the privacy of another person.
Huge.
Yeah.
How many times do us women want to continually pleasing, and men, I don't want to discredit men because it can flip the roles here, that they want to please their partner and they are constantly comparing themselves to what they see on TV, what should be in the bedroom that should be wild or not. And then they are always constantly not good enough because they're comparing themselves to something else that isn't even real half of the time. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't ever do something that doesn't make you feel good or empowered. Do what makes you feel comfortable and talk and communicate that with your partner. Don't worry about trying to put on this show and pleasing another. You deserve to be pleased just as equally as the other person.
Yes.
It's not a one-way street.
Hell no. That's a hell no.
So this, so an unhealthy boundary will sound like this. Do you want to have sex now? Is this comfortable for you? Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. I don't like that. Let's try something different. I don't want to have sex tonight. Can we cuddle instead? That's perfect. That's a perfect way to communicate. I'm really into it, whatever it may be. Is that something you would feel comfortable with? Perfect. That's a perfect, healthy boundary to set. Oh, you know what I just did?
Yes.
Yeah, I just messed that up. Guys,
No.
what I just read,
read it?
the way I read it, I flipped it.
Do you want to have sex now?
Okay, those okay, those ones were actually a healthy boundary, so it can go like this. Let's try again.
Wow.
Do you want to have sex now, honey? Okay, those were healthy ones.
Those were healthy ones.
And I figured that out at the end because I was like,
that's okay.
Perfect one is, I don't want to have sex tonight. Can we cuddle instead?
That
Great
doesn't sound
trade-off.
so
Great trade-off.
I know.
Okay, Tiff, you can do the sexual boundaries, the violations.
Dun, dun, dun. Sulking, punishing, or getting angry if someone does not want to have sex. Ugh. Not asking for consent.
Yeah, just doing it anyways. It's like, yeah, this is awesome. No, it's not going to work.
Kick you. Pressure in engaging in unwanted sexual acts. Same thing. I'll kick you the same. Unwanted sexual comments. Leering.
What's leering?
Oh, leering is like someone.
What? Ooh, like creeper.
Can't see me.
Oh my gosh, a lurker.
Weirdo. Lying about contraceptive use.
And that would be, I think some girls, they have this, sometimes can have this little thing in the back pocket, like, yeah, I'm on the pill, but I want to have you go, baby.
And if you're not sure or trust the other person, their condoms, whatever, just carry your own.
Get your own.
Put them in your pocket. You never know if someone's poking needles in that shit. Lying about your health history.
Yes.
Okay, isn't that like
That's illegal.
jail time?
That's illegal.
That's jail time, bitches.
And you know what? Make the person get a blood test.
No shit. Guys, just know. Oh, no pausey and shit.
Oh.
I love that. Okay, so health history, that's a huge no-no. Criticizing about another person's sexual preferences. Ooh.
Are we actually paused on here? This is hilarious. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll figure it out. So, and then unwanted touch, assault, or rape. Again, I'll kick the shit out of you.
And you would call 911.
100%.
And you would literally, that is not even, you leave if you can, and if you can, it's 911, and you call a helpline.
Somebody.
No.
Call somebody. Okay, so that was a heavy one, and I'm, I just I know people kind of sit with these dark old stories and stuff, and if any of that had happened to you, I really hope that you have reached out, got some help, talked to somebody. Just really important. Okay,
so important. This is not one important. To just this just doesn't just pass you by.
No,
this is really important.
Absolutely
you guys
not. But we do need to move on, so because we still have much to cover.
Exactly.
Intellectual boundaries. Okay, this one I can very much resonate with.
Should we read just what they sound like?
Okay, so
they might sound like this.
So this is healthy intellectual boundaries. I know we disagree, but I won't let you belittle me like that. I would love to talk about this more, but I don't think talking about it during Thanksgiving dinner is the best time.
Perfect.
When we talk about this, we don't get very far. I think it's a good idea that we avoid the conversation right now. I can respect that we have different opinions on this. This is like, because sometimes some people are just better with words than others, and are actually, those who are better with words than others actually usually know how to make someone feel small because they've probably done it a time or two, and it can be intimidating, especially when you don't know what to say back. You feel you can walk away from the conversation feeling actually quite stupid because you kind of have regrets that you didn't say something or you didn't react a certain way. But these examples I just gave you are fucking gold, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Gold.
Good
you do
tips.
Not need to respond to someone that you think is smarter than you. Because for one, if they were smart, they wouldn't be doing that in the first place. Right. And two, you do not need to give the time of the day. You can literally say, I am not doing this.
Yeah, that's the healthiest boundary you can set, is absolutely just shutting that whole conversation down and saying, hey, I need some space, I need some time. I'm not going there. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
And does this mean that you need to be accepting of all thoughts and opinions? Absolutely not. It is also important to learn to recognize the difference between healthy and unhealthy disclosure. If someone is sharing an opinion that is inherently harmful, racism, sexism, a phobia, homophobia, then you have every right to put a hard line in the sand. You can set the boundary in your own way. It might sound like letting this person know you do not tolerate that kind of talk, distancing yourself from them, or cutting them off. You do not have to have intellectual discourse with someone who is violating you or others. Huge, guys. That's gold. That was beautiful information.
That's a gold nugget there, right there, people.
Material boundaries.
Material boundaries. Okay, so
this is perfect.
So
a good boundary would sound like this. I can't lend out my car. I am the only person on the insurance.
Yeah.
We can't give any more money. We would be happy to help in another way. Oh my gosh, that one's perfect.
Yeah, that is perfect.
Sure, I'm happy to share my dress with you. Just a heads up, I do need it back by Friday.
Yeah.
That's setting a boundary.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And if you want your shit back, people, don't say, and by the way, I want it dry cleaned when I get it back.
Or
no.
Can I tend to not lend out my things because then I don't have to deal with that.
Exactly.
So it's okay to say no too. If you don't want to lend out your favorite shirt or your shoes, guess what? People fall. Shit happens. Then it's going to leave you in this place where they may have to buy you a new one, but you can't ever go and buy that new one back again. So it's okay to just say, meh, you know what? I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Stick up for yourself.
Yeah.
Have your own back.
And you don't got to be bitchy about it. It can come from, all these things can come from a loving place.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? If you know that you get uncomfortable in these situations, times like this, listening to this podcast can help you prepare for these situations so that you can maybe collect yourself after the situation's over, rather than feeling like you have to deal with it perfectly in that time and moment. Because sometimes timing isn't perfect.
Exactly.
Right?
Another thing quickly here is when you're happy, like I've said before, and your cup is full and you're setting boundaries and people are honoring these boundaries, you will be a way happier, fun, best friend, husband, partner, wife. It will improve the quality of all of your relationships when you are honoring yourself. Set your boundaries, honor yourself, and the magic will just happen. Stick up for who you freaking are and your belief system.
Yes, have your own back, guys.
Absolutely.
Because then you're paving the path for the way you want to be treated from those around you. And hey, from a time or two, I've had to set boundaries with people I don't even know.
Yeah, and this I feel like this podcast is absolutely going to give you guys more tools to set you up for when these triggers happen or these unexpected moments. All of a sudden your friend just says to you, tomorrow, watch, you've heard this podcast and a friend reaches out and was like, oh, can I borrow that? Now this is time for you to practice what you're learning.
Yeah.
Take these tools and practice them with your partner too. Like, speak your truth to them.
Yep. Honor
yourself. They're ready to listen. We're back on the video. Our video paused like 2 times, but we're just rolling with it. So is it time?
Yeah.
It's time, you guys, to pull our affirmation card of the day. The deck is, as you guys know, The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. Gabby. So let's see the energy of this topic, of what card we're going to have today. Ooh, it almost just flew out right there. And yeah, I loved this topic. Let's see, guys, what card do we have for? Whoa! Oh, everybody can see it now, how I actually shuffle.
So aggressive. She's so aggressive.
And we are always honest and let the card come out all by itself. It's looking for a specific one today. This happens often.
I thought that was it. It popped out.
No, there was a handful. It's got to fly.
Fly like a bird.
Spirit knows with me. Nope. If you're not flying out, I'm not taking it. There. See? Thank you.
It flew.
Yeah. Okay. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Ta-da! Beautiful. It's backwards, but you can't see it on the camera.
It's not. It's not backwards.
Oh,
I am love and miracles are natural.
Believe in miracles. Nothing happens by coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Trust it. Believe, trust, and let go. Thank you guys for tuning in to Raw Babes 101. That was a freaking awesome topic.
Yeah.
Thanks again to my buddy for giving us that topic. You rock.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Love you all.
Ciao for now.
Bye.
Good job, sister.
Yeah, did it! Hope you guys enjoyed watching us. Sorry for the that bit of a pause, but it happened for a reason. It happened for a reason. The pause happened. Love you all.